With a goal of riding our e-bikes more, well, these cold temperatures, we've got to battle them somehow. So stick around and let's see what we're doing to make sure we can get more time on our e-bikes. Well, hello again, Internet. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back inside here where it's nice and warm. So first off, let me make a little disclaimer. This is Southern e-biking, not Southern Alaska, not Southern Canada, not even Southern Minnesota. This is Southern, where it gets warm down here. We don't have no problem with 95, 100 degrees. And I remember times in January where I was out training on horses with short sleeve shirts on. So we don't get real cold around here, but we do get cold enough that it has hampered my riding my e-bike. And this year we have decided we would like to ride in temperatures that are a little cooler, basically not be stopped from riding as much as we had been in the past. So with that goal in mind, I started collecting up some stuff, and we'll start down at the bottom and thermal socks. I got to tell you, these work out pretty good. I've not done a tremendous amount of biking with them because I've not had it cold enough there to try that out a whole lot just yet. I will also mention anything that I can find, and I've not looked up the links for all of this stuff, but I'll put links in the description for anything that I can actually find a link. Some of this stuff I've had for a little while, and so, I may not even have a link left on that, but whatever I can, we will put a link in the description for. So my socks here, they work out actually very well. And I'm looking forward to getting some really cold temperatures to try them out. We're looking to go out there where it's in the 30s and continue to e-bike. Next up is going to be just long underwear, thermal long underwear. These we got on Amazon. I don't know how much they cost. They feel like a silk type material. They may be polyester or something like that. I have used these outside. Matter of fact, yesterday we used these outside, and it was between 45 and 50 the time that we were riding, and the lower part of my body was very warm. I had zero problems with it. So, we're looking forward to that. This is going to end up being something good as well. Next up, my plan was to pair these long underwear with these Rock Brother pants. These are Rock Brother cycling pants. They're windproof. And so that was my intention, was to pair these two things up together because of the windproof qualities of this right here. Well, I can tell you, cycling pants are not made for e-bikers. They're made for cyclers. And when you're cycling, you're really working your lower half of your body, and so it doesn't get very cold. So for e-biking, well, these might do okay for mountain biking in the summer or something, but no, for e-biking, they got to go as far as their thermal qualities. My jeans actually work better. We may be looking at some other options for that as well, but for right now, I see that pairing up my blue jeans and my long underwear and the thermal socks, that's taking care of me, the bottom half of my body. Now, coming up next, we've got up to the top half, I've been getting thermal undershirts. This is a Copper Fit. We've got a couple of these, and I've got a couple of other types, and they have been working out pretty well for me. I'm going to still be investigating a little bit of my upper body. You can still get a little bit cold on your upper body, and I'll wear this, another shirt, and a hoodie over top of all that. And even at that point, I can still get a little bit cold up on top. So we're looking at doing even more for that. And by the time this video gets completed, we may have already found it. And of course, I'll cut that part in. What's next? Gloves. I wear gloves in the winter, and I wear them when I need them. If it's cold, I wear them. If I'm doing some work, moving hay or something like that, I wear gloves. But these are the gloves that I've chosen to wear. One of the reasons is they've got you can touch the smartphone screen and things like that with this, and they work with that. So I've been very pleased with my gloves. Next up, headgear. And this is actually a brand new piece of equipment. And this comes over top of you. It can cover up your nose and leave basically just your eyes open there. I have not tried this one as of the time of filming right here. I do have another one right here that I will show you that I have used. What I like about these is they come down and they cover your neck up some as well. And so that's kind of a bit of a plus right there. And what I also really like about these is they were like $7 or $8 for 2 of them. So I'll take that all day long. Now, the one that I have been using is actually a thicker wool than what these are. And I'm going to tell you, this one works out really nicely, except for it's tough to figure out how it goes on. I've always had a bit of an issue figuring out how the thing goes on. That's it right there. Now, this one I used yesterday. Like I said, we were in the 45 to 50 degree range, and my ears, my face stayed very warm. I had no problems with that. You can just loosen up the helmet, put it over top of it, and it holds it on there very well. I was pleased with the outcome with this. My neck was a little bit cool, and so I was excited when we got home from our ride to see a package laying on the front porch from Amazon. What else do we have? Chapstick. As I am getting older, you know, your lips start drying out pretty bad, so I use chapstick. That's kind of a staple for in the winter. I've found it very helpful to me. The one other thing that I use a lot of in the winter, this winter I have been, is this Guy Spur backpack. I have got to tell you, I am loving this backpack. For the winter, you know, I've been doing quite a bit of riding in cooler weather. I'm not going to say cold weather, but cooler weather, and I can pull off my hoodie, throw it in here. My gloves can come off. That head warmer can come off of me and get thrown into my backpack, and there's nothing getting beat around on it. I've already mentioned I'm wanting to do a little bit more off-roading this coming year, and so I'm enjoying this so much that I am definitely looking forward to the warmer weather to see if I can adapt this somehow, that we're going to have success in warmer weather with something like this as well. So this is becoming a real staple in my biking room in there. The other option would be, you know, a front basket and a rear rack, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you're riding on smooth surfaces. But I just get a wild hair, you know, even when Michelle and I are out, and I'll take off and hit some trails if there's some around there. And we're hitting them pretty hard, and the bike's getting jarred around pretty good. And so we don't want that stuff, you know, attached to the bike. On me, it doesn't get jarred around at all. So, yeah, that's what we got. Now, right now, it is about, I believe it's probably about in the 50s right now. So there's no sense in putting this stuff on and going out there now. But you know, the nice thing is technology, and you know us old cowboys, we know all about technology. And so what I can do is I am going to zap you straight into the future when it's nice and cold. And we can get there just like that. I just love the way that works, you know, and it transports me through time. You know, I come out here to feed the horse this morning, and it might not look like it, but I went back in and checked, and it is 31. It was just changing over to 32 degrees when I went back in and checked, and I thought, this is a great time to jump on that bike and see how this cold weather riding gear is going to pan out. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump on the bike, and it'll probably be about 34 by the time I get on there and get this going, and it'll be climbing a little bit as I'm riding. I'm not going to go for a long ride because I got some things I got to get taken care of earlier or in just a little while, but we'll make a ride out of it. So let's get dressed up. All right, so we are headed out. It is right at about, well, I can tell you exactly, it's 34 degrees right now. And now I'm just getting started on this. And so, but I'm very comfortable right now. I can tell you, this is the first time that I've been able to try out. Let me pull this down so I can talk. Maybe you'll be able to hear me. I'm not sure how the audio will turn out on this, because it's kind of buried underneath my coat and everything. Hopefully everything's going to work out good. I can tell you, I think my ears are going to be a bit cold, but my neck, I do like that it's covered. I can tell a big difference on that right there. So we might end up with both of them at some point. We'll see, and that's going to depend on how low we go. But my upper body is warm right now. My lower body is warm. I'm even wearing the thermal socks. They're good. I had ordered some motorcycle. I'll tell you what, we're going to cover this up and take a chance on the sound. I can't do that. I can't do that. I ordered some motorcycle handguards, and they come in, and they were just cheap garbage. And so I sent them back. My fingers are a little bit on the cool side right now, so I think that we're going to need to investigate some, maybe some heavier gloves. I know the bar mitts are out there. I'm not crazy about the bar mitts because you have to stick your hands into them, and I don't like that idea of having to stick my hands in or out of something. You guys know, I don't know, I'm Scotch-Irish, but I didn't know they were known for it, but you know I talk with my hands all the time up here. So, all right, but we're just going to go ahead. Like I said, we're heading on out here. I'm going to take this, I don't know, 8 or 10 miles, something like that, and see how it goes. So we'll catch back up with you. You know, I think what I'll do is I'll make my round, and I'll just go ahead and come back and let you know how it's going. So, yeah, we'll be back. I'm going to do it again, just like this. Man, that works so cool. I really was anticipating, it's only went up to about 38 degrees now. I was really anticipating that I was going to have this face mask was going to be gone, but not a chance. We went, I don't know, 8 miles, 9 miles, something like that. I didn't really, I didn't use my apps for finding out how far we went. I never looked at the tripometer on it, but I don't know, 8 to 10 miles we went, something like that. I'm hoping the video's coming out okay. I've actually raised up this camera right here because I've got the kind of brightness of my back. That's why I'm not using the apps. I'm using my phone to see what's on the screen, and I'm really hoping that all that comes out, but we raised it up a little bit. Anyway, what is the result? Well, I can tell you my hands are a little cold. Well, they're pretty cold. They stayed cold. I was expecting it to warm up a little better than it actually has today. Like right now it's only 38 degrees. So maybe, I don't know, 10 or 11 o'clock, maybe it's going to really get warm. I think the high today is in the 50s, but it better hurry up if it's ever going to get there. My upper body is not bad at all. I'd like to get it a little bit more warm. My lower body is really nice. My feet are in good shape. Make sure a puppy ain't coming out there too much. My feet are in really good shape, and my legs are in good shape. My neck now is doing just fine. Earlier on the ride, my neck was a little bit, or my ears were a little bit on the cold side, but I really appreciated the neck being covered. You know, I don't have a whole lot of natural insulation up there on top of my head. So I appreciate that my neck was covered up there pretty good. I was figuring I was going to throw that stuff in the backpack, but that never happened. I could have left the backpack at home today because I didn't put anything in it. But anyway, so I got to address my hands just a little bit. If I'm going to ride in really cold, I'm going to have to address maybe my ears a little bit. I think that's about it though. Everything else, this is working pretty good. I think I'll be able to ride in colder temperatures this year than I was last year. And I am wanting to ride a lot more. So with all that being said, I know this thing's going to start bouncing around a little bit now because I'm on the gravel headed down to the house. But with all that being said, hey, this is Southern E-Bike and telling you, stay safe, stay warm, God bless, and keep the wheels rolling. Once again, we are out.